Happy Monday. Welcome to A Week in the Life of a Digital Nomad. I've just been to get my hair cut, which cost me 150,000 euro here, by the way, which is like £7, £8 to get a haircut, which is insane. Like women's prices, that's insane. I usually spend 40 odd pounds on a pound.
She men's prices.
Yeah, she did such a good job as well. She was so lovely. So it's quite a busy day work-wise. I've got meetings starting from 3:30, which is earlier than typical for back in the UK. That's kind of 8:30 in the morning. So it's currently 1, and we need to get some food and get to work. We'll take you through what our day looks like, what our weeks look like, so you can see if the digital nomad life is for you. Do you want to pie off work and go to the beach?
Yes.
Yes?
Let's go.
Let's go. Bingin. We've never been. Work was calling. What a guess. What? Your turn. We're back home, and realistically we have 2 work surfaces to work from, but one is outside, so no aircon, and the other is with a tiny little bamboo stool that has a nail sticking out of it. 2 nails sticking out of it. So that's not happening, so we have to do the typically like unproductive, you should never do it thing of sit and work on the bed when we're just not at a cafe. And because I have meetings, it just doesn't make sense to park ourselves at a cafe somewhere to like leave immediately. But this is pretty much where we're going to be for the next 3, 4, maybe even 5 hours, doing all of my meetings and prep work for it. After that, we'll see where the night takes us.
It's hot.
This is the reality. Closed curtains, pink people to try and get the aircon to kick in. Okay, so it turns out we were idiots and we just didn't have the like card to make our electricity work properly. So it's significantly cooler and I look a hell of a lot more normal and alive just now. I have just finished my calls. First off, I featured on a podcast with Deanna Roberts, who is a LinkedIn connection of mine, and had all my check-ins with the team. I was expecting to only finish my meetings in like another 45 minutes, but it's now 4:45 and I'm done, and I have another meeting at 6 that runs for like an hour and a half. I'm kind of hungry. It's only been a few hours since we had lunch, but I'm kind of hungry, so I might see if Josh wants to go and grab some food while we've got a little bit of a break. Okay, so one trick I have for you, for anybody who is coming to Bali specifically, there is a few Instagram accounts you have to go and check out. There's one called Bali Highlights, which covers like Seminyak and Canggu, Ubud Highlights and Uluwatu Highlights, and on their like story highlights they have the days of the week. So if you go on there and you click on Monday, it'll just be like a list of all of these different pictures and stories from different restaurants and their promos and offers. So if ever I don't know where to eat and we want to be cheap, which we do because lunch wasn't particularly cheap earlier, it was about 250 I think. Usually we try and stick to around a 500 budget a day, so we've got about half left, but dinner usually is a little bit more expensive. Or I might actually suggest maybe going for some local food. It's been a few days since we've had any and it's really good and really cheap, so we'll see. I'll get back to you. Ready for food? So today's been a little bit quieter. I haven't updated you yet because I am actually running the like story takeover for my agency account Red. So if anyone doesn't follow @_reddigital on Instagram, go and take a look. At least once a week we have one of the team do like a daily takeover of the Instagram stories, and that's what I'm doing today. So I've been filming a bunch of content for that, but I'm just about to leave the room. We're gonna go to a pool and restaurant thing that's nearby, see what it's like and see if we can go. We went to a few of these in Canggu and they seem a little bit less common in Uluwatu, so we're going to try and find one. And this is the reality of digital nomad life that you never really see. Most of our time is spent working, sitting in beautiful surroundings, but still working in the same way that we would back home in the UK. Update. It was about time for a dip. This is my favourite thing when we're working. If we find somewhere that's got a pool, then when you get like ridiculously hot, you can just jump in the pool. And it feels like you're still on holiday because you're in a pool, even though it's like a 5-minute break between working. We're in a place called Despacito Loft and Lounge, which is right around the corner from our accommodation in Padang Padang. If anyone comes to Uluwatu, come here. It's good, cheap enough prices, pool. It is like a guest house attached, but they were pretty chill about us just hopping in. The backlighting behind me is not ideal right now, and I'm using my little TikTok mic because there's some music playing here and I don't want to get copyright claimed. I haven't really shown you very much today because we've just been chilling. Like I said, I've been filming on the Red Stories and I've been trying to stay really active there, so it's hard to create 2 sets of content. But yeah, we've just kind of been parked here at the restaurant getting some work done. I've had a video to edit, so that was going to take a significant amount of the day, and now it started hammering down and we have our computers, so we actually walked here because it's only about 5 minutes away from our accommodation, but I really don't feel comfortable risking walking back to our accommodation just now with only our rucksack to keep our laptops dry. I think everything will get soaked and I'm not gonna deal with that in Bali and having to buy a new laptop. No thank you. So I'll let you know if we decide to go back home and keep you updated. Other than that, I'll see you soon. Happy Wednesday. We have done a little bit of a slower day this morning. Don't have as many meetings or anything like that, so we've just taken ourselves down to this place called arse in Uluwatu, on Uluwatu beach, and we're just sat at the edge watching the waves crash, watching people try and catch some surf. There isn't much out there, but there's a lot of people in the water, and this is one of the few places, and most of the places I've seen with these kind of beachfront overviews, you have to do a minimum spend to sit here. This place said that they don't, so we're just chilling for a little bit, getting some breakfast. It's been a busy day at the co-working space today. I can't really vlog in there because it is literally silent. Like there's 1 or 2 people that take meetings, but the majority of the room don't, and they leave if the phone rings and stuff. But it's 7:30, so I had to get out of there. So we're gonna go and grab some pizza from a place called Nourish, which is just around the corner. I'm gonna get the pulled pork.
Watch this go.
That's the pulled pork. We live in pizza.
This one?
Yeah. Today I have an awful lot of meetings. So we're heading to breakfast to get out of the room for a little bit because we're gonna be trapped there for the full afternoon. So I have ayam sissit, sweet tempeh, I always forget what it's called, but like fried sweet tempeh, some more chicken for Josh, I think this is chicken rendang, and then just some greens, rice, and the best sambal that you can get, sambal mata. Everywhere seems to serve sambal tomat, I think, like the red one, but this is superior. It's like chilies and shallots and garlic, and it's just so tasty. Whoopsies, might have forgotten about you for a few hours there. Today's been an absolute no-go. It's been so busy with some meetings and work stuff that I just really haven't had shot to film, if I'm going to be honest. I haven't had shot to do much. We haven't left the room since I last filmed anything, which was like midday, and it's now nearly midnight. And I only finished my meetings at 10 p.m. and I still have some work to finish off. But the reason it's all a bit like pushed to the max at the minute is because I'm off tomorrow, or at least going to try to be off for the majority of the day, because we're heading to Singapore for a few days. And tomorrow is Friday, so it's the last day of like my working week, and I try my best, especially while we're traveling, to take the weekends off completely. So I am really hoping that I can kind of get everything I need to do finished today so that I don't have to work at all tomorrow or over the weekend. But like I said, it's pretty much midnight. That's not happening because it's pretty much midnight. We have to be out of the door here by 7:30 to get to the airport for our flight tomorrow, and I still have half a to-do list left to do. So I'm gonna just finish some final touches on a YouTube video, get that uploaded, and I can like finalize all the description and title and thumbnail and everything tomorrow, and do my to-do list tomorrow as well. So I'm gonna take you with me to show you the fun stuff now. So far you've only seen lunches out and working at cafes and nothing too exciting, but tomorrow there should be a little bit more of a experience of what it's like to be a digital nomad. Especially because we're literally picking up for 3 days to just go and see another country that's only a hop away. Morning, let's go to Singapore. Sorry to interrupt, but if you want to see what 72 hours in Singapore looked like for us, you have to hit subscribe. There was way too much good stuff from a whirlwind of a trip that we did to Singapore that I absolutely cannot include it all in this video. So you're gonna have to take a work week in the life of a digital nomad and a weekend in her life. So the next video in this installment showing what we got up to in Singapore will be coming in the next week or so. But for now, I'm gonna pop one of our previous vlogs on the screen for you to go and take a little look at what we've been up to while we've been in Bali.